Hey, what's up, guys? So, I had this idea of a video to make today. It's kind of a follow-up to something I talked about in yesterday's video where I was going through the Woodstock website, where I pointed out that I hate chimes with duplicate notes where they are, like, say they're a six tube, but two of the notes repeat. I hate that. So, I, the first thing I did when I woke up today, I had my coffee and I went through the website and I made a list of every chime that has duplicate notes. So I'm going to go through each one of those and tell you which ones I hate extra and which ones I'll give a pass to, because that is I think that's the biggest sin forget Sullivan's for a second. Besides Sullivan screwing up all the wind chimes, the biggest downfall Woodstock has is when they make the repeating notes, in my opinion. So first, we will look at the most obvious one, the most popular one. Literally every Amazing Grace, we don't have to go through every size, but so every Amazing Grace chime, the small, medium, large, the 55 million variations of the sizes, and the Windsinger one, they all have the same notes. So we look at the note chart, we can see it's a six tube, but it has two repeating notes. No good. Um, and that these are the same notes for each size, so we won't bother going through every size, but I think it's only fair that we look at the chimes of comfort. Technically it's a different chime, but it's literally the same exact thing. I didn't realize the only difference was the wood finish. This has the teak wood finish, and the regular ones, they have the cherry ash or whatever the hell it's called. But, chimes of comfort, different chime according to them. But nope, look at that, same notes. Has a repeating notes, the two repeating notes, and it's a six tube, so it only has four. And, one repeating note I can kind of give a pass to, but when there's two duplicate notes, uh, pisses me off. So that disappoints me about the Amazing Grace series, so we'll take some points off from them. Uh, there's probably a lot of discontinued ones that also have repeating notes. I don't feel like trying to find what the notes are, but this is one I definitely remember had repeating notes, and it's a discontinued one. It's the 1812 chime. You can see it has two of these flat notes. They're the same, and it's a five tube, but it has one repeating note, so that means it only has four notes. So it's another farce. The next one, the first non-Amazing Grace that they still make that I found that had repeating notes was Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I never really liked this one. Let's listen to what it sounds like briefly. Yeah, I don't know. Not a big fan. Let's see how many repeating notes this has. So that's one. Looks like it just has one repeating note, not two, like Amazing Grace. And how many tubes is this? Oh, it's a seven tube. Hmm. So it's a seven tube, but it only has one, two, three, four, five, six notes. I'll give that one more of a pass, because at least it's a seven tube, and that's kind of cool, and it only has one repeating. Once again, we find ourselves with the infamous Chakra large chime. This is a seven tube, kind of cool, but sounds awful to me. Let's look like this is funky. I don't know what's going on here. So it has looks like it only has one repeating note because these are technically different. This is a flat and this is a regular, so those are technically different notes. But yeah, it has two of these sharp notes, which are the same. So technically six different notes, which isn't bad, I guess, but it sounds awful to me. This was one that surprised me when I was going through. I did not expect the Chimes of Ireland to have a repeating note. Um, where are the notes? This is only a five tube, but as you can see, one repeats, so technically it's only four different notes, but it doesn't sound bad, and I like this chime, so I'll give it a pass, honestly. Spoiler, there's one chime that we look at that I always have loved, but it has three repeating notes, which blew my mind and honestly made me kind of sad to see. So we will get to that, and you can hear me rage about that. I've never been a big fan of Over the Rainbow, but This is another double repeating note one. This is like the Amazing Grace, where it has two repeating notes, and I take extra points off if they have over one repeating note. So I'm not giving this one a pass. It has this one repeats and this one repeats. So how many tubes is this? Oh, it's a seven tube. Kind of neat, I guess, but I guess only five notes then. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, only five different notes, even though it's a seven tube, which kind of sucks. Like some of these ones that I found, I expected to have repeating notes, but this is one that I did not expect to have a repeating note, especially when it's only a five tube. Like when they're like seven, eight tubes, like I get that one will probably repeat on a lot of these, but a five tube, come on. This low note is a repeating one, and the rest, so technically it's only four notes. Yeah, you can even see in this image, this tube looks exactly the low note. It has two low notes, which, I don't know. I was never huge on this chime anyway. Let's listen to it. It doesn't sound bad. It's just not my first choice, but yeah, only four notes. It's kind of stupid. Okay, this is probably the most confusing note diagram I've ever seen in my life. You all already know how much I hate this chime, so I won't. Like, I don't even know how to interpret this. What the hell is going on here? I guess these are different. It looks like, okay, this cluster is the same as this cluster, and this one is the same as this, so I don't even know how many repeating notes this has. Probably like half of them, which, I don't know, it's a double chime, but I'm not even gonna bother listening to that. I'll save you guys' ears from bleeding. And of course, we find ourselves in another chime that I've never liked. The Blown in the Wind. I think the note choices on this are just kind of random to me and all over the place. How many repeating? This has one repeating note. Not terrible. It's a six tube, so five notes. I'll give that one more of a pass because that's not terrible, honestly. I actually really liked this one, and it was kind of disappointing that it had a repeating note, but I'll give it a pass because it sounds good. Where's the notes? Yeah, that the high note is is duplicated. It is a six tube, so five different notes. Not terrible. I'll give that one a pass. Here's a chime that I'm kind of impartial to. It was never like it's not bad, it's not good. It's kind of in the middle. It's not high on my list. The Mozart medium. This is only a five tube, and as we can see, it has a repeating note, so technically only four notes. Um, Same as the Mozart large. I like the large slightly better, I think. Doesn't sound bad. Again, it's a five two, but same notes. One repeats. Only four notes. Kind of crappy to me. This is one that I expected to have repeating notes. This is another seven tube one. Let's listen to it. Like that sounds pretty good to me, honestly. I like this anniversary chime, but has one repeating note. But it's a seven tube, so that means it only has six notes. I'll give this one a pass just because it sounds good and it has a lot of tubes. Okay, now we're at Tuscany. This is a nine tube. I love this chime. This is a really cool looking and sounding one. I forget how many this has. Looks like only one repeating note. That's not bad at all for a nine tube. So it has eight different notes. I'll definitely give Tuscany a pass because that's that's pretty impressive that it only has one for a nine tube. Now we have the Moonlight Sonata chime. I don't really know much about this one. Let's just listen to it. It doesn't sound great, honestly. We can see it does have a repeating note. Only one though, and it's a six tube. I'll give that one more of a pass, but it doesn't sound like the best in my opinion. Now, this is one I absolutely love, the wedding chime. It sounds so good to me. It's a great chime and it's an 8 tube. Um, it has two repeating notes though, so kind of an oof. This one repeats and this one. So only six different notes, but this one definitely gets a pass because I've always loved it. Okay, now we're in the two doozies, the two three note repeaters. This isn't the one I was talking about that disappointed me. I've never like had a big like been a big fan of Ode to Joy. Like it just hasn't interested me. Like it doesn't sound bad, but okay, it's an 8 tube. But let's see. One, two, three repeating notes. Kind of ridiculous, honestly. So it only has five different notes. Um, at least it's an 8 tube. The next one, I'm pretty sure, isn't even an 8 tube, and it has three repeating notes. It made me want to bash my head in when I saw this. So let's look at the next one. And here's the final one. This made me really disappointed. I've always liked the chimes of Bavaria, and they sound good. It's a 7 tube. I was right, it wasn't an 8 tube. But look at this. One, two, three repeating notes. So it only has one, two, three. It only has four different notes, and it's a 7 tube, which is outrageous to me. I don't know why it's like that. Make it seven different notes if it's a 7 tube. Come on, like it's not a freaking Amazing Grace medium, like where it's supposed to like be like generic. Like it's the Chimes of Bavaria. It's supposed to like be unique, sound good, 7 tubes, seven notes, but no, only four notes. So that's me raging about the Chimes of Bavaria. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys.